everybody, and welcome to the first Roblox video on my channel. I am Elena Dina, and today we are going to be playing Pokemon Brick Bronze. This is a brand new account. This is, as you can see here, this is a brand new account. First time I played the game on this account. And I'm going to break this up into sections, because I know how difficult the game can be, and I know how long it is so far and how long it is still yet to go. So we will get started by doing from here to the first gym city, Sylviet City, I believe. And the game starts in Midas Town, for those of you that do not know the game. And there is a lot of dialogue. You cannot skip it all, so you can run through a lot of it pretty quickly, but oh, and I forgot, I need to go change the skin, so I will do that off camera. It'll be different when you guys see it next. It'll be what I normally do for the rest of my accounts. And yes, I do have multiple accounts. So this game is basically it's kind of like a role play. Let's see, matching it up. Yep. This kind of is like a role play game where you have to go like in a specific way to do things. And let's see. I better do this now, but I'm gonna put autosave on. Autosave unless you're fighting something massive. Well, unless you're fighting something like a legendary or something like that. Autosave is always good to put on because it'll keep you from losing your progress, but there is one big catch. If you do not take it off when you are doing stuff with the legendary Pokemon. Oh wait, yeah, I have to go this way because I have to go see my parents on the game first. Yes, your character does have parents. However, the parents vanish after this section. And yes, I know I did give away some spoilers there, but in the section we will be doing it, it'll be very easy to tell that it was within that section. So, in the section we are doing today, the storyline will take us it'll be pretty good. I want to try to beat the gym today. So, depending on how long this gets, will depend on how long I decide to run the video. Will depending on how long it starts taking, will depend on how long I go before I decide to give it a rest and record part of it another day. Sometimes you have to look around because there are like hidden pieces to the game. And if you want a female of the Pokemon from the starters, you want to save right in here because you can go in and make sure you have autosave off when you do that, because then you can go in as many times as you want until you get the result that you are looking for. However, because I don't really care if I have eggs for it, I'm gonna go ahead. And there are Pokemon that I don't have, but there's also Pokemon on other accounts that I do have that'll work with even a male of any of these type. I've had a Finnegan before, and I've had everything on this row except a Rowlet, but I haven't had them all as starters. I've had each one of these as starters, except for except Charmander. I've got that as just a regular Pokemon. I got that off of somebody. I've got the Chikorita as a starter. I have not, however, had Cyndaquil before. I'm thinking Cyndaquil, but I'm gonna look over this way. I think I think I might have tried for a Torchic at one point. But there's so many cute Pokemon here. I think I'm going with Cyndaquil, because I haven't had a Cyndaquil before, and also I'm a really strong fire type trainer, guys. Fire types, but I do also specialize in making sure my Pokemon group is really well rounded. If I have if I have a really strong Pokemon team, I know I can beat anything, but I also have to make sure that each of my Pokemon are like slightly different typings, and I know that, and I'm really good with knowing my typings. So that way I can keep my Pokemon safe. Sorry guys, it's been a long day, so I'm really tired when I'm recording this. And depending on how things go, this may be up today, it may not. I was hoping that Eevee would use Tail Whip. Because Jake's Eevee, if it starts out with a Tackle, and yeah, it is actually really strong. It's a normal type. It's a level 5, yet it knows multiple moves. I think it takes a bit before Cyndaquil learns Ember, which will be the first fire move that almost any fire Pokemon will learn. And once you evolve an Eevee into a Flameon, actually no, it was a. I'll have to look it up later, but we'll have to look up the pronunciation later. But when it Jake's will turn into a Vaporeon, guys, just to let you know. He is also a slightly weaker trainer. Now, me, myself, I am a stronger Again, sorry guys for this, sorry for the yawning. Sorry for if, like, any of the videos, like, being, like, super poor quality on you. I try to take it easy, but that all usually depends on how it goes. I'm also, just so you know, if I don't move right away, I'm monitoring how it's going in my deal, because I have issues with the game, with the games not getting recorded, stuff like games not getting recorded completely because it decides it doesn't like it, and so then I have to make sure I've got everything okay. Yeah, and he gives you 5 starter Pokeballs, but I'll show you how to get more Pokeballs you don't really get much money before the first gem. Okay. I'm definitely gonna have to do something about the character, but not right now. I'm looking around because. Oh yeah, and I am gonna give quite a few spoiler alerts and such, guys. After this guy, because he's basically your only source of healing Pokemon until you get to the first regular town. These guys. You want to keep an eye out for whenever these guys are anywhere nearby. Not like these specific people, but these are Team Eclipse. Team Eclipse goons. Those guys are here to take your parents. You can't do anything about that at this point. But you watch out for those shirts later, because they do get in your way a lot, and in order to do certain things in certain places, like in the Brimber City. If you know anything about the game, Brimber City is the second gym city, but you can't do anything until you complete a side quest that takes you into a volcano, and you have to defeat Eclipse Gloons all the way down, all the way through. I really don't like it, but I have, but it's kind of cool as well. But you don't find many to any water type Pokemon for a bit. Now a Pidgey's okay. I actually really don't want a Pidgeotto though, because I've already got one on another account. I want to see if I can find something that. Well, Zigzagoon's pretty good. It doesn't evolve at all until level 20, but that's actually a level 4. That's pretty good. And it can learn dual fire and, well, dual electric and plant ones, but I want something else. Seriously? You know what? Let's give. Well, no. I'm actually not. There's a reason I'm not training up Cyndaquil on the wild Pokemon. And that is because it looks like this patch only contains Pidgeys or Zigzagoons, so let's just run for now. And we're gonna go battle this guy, cause there'll be other Pokemon in the other spot, but bug Pokemon are the weakest, guys. By just simply typing, a Wurmple would fail if Cyndaquil had a single. If Cyndaquil had a fire move, Wurmple would be gone by now. Poor Cyndaquil. It keeps getting its speed stats reduced. Don't have anyone to switch it with. And guys, there is a point to catching some of these Pokemon. It's because they are needed to complete the Pokédex. If you wish to get anywhere in the game, you want to complete some of the Pokédex, which you do by collecting a few Pokemon. Now me, for this, I'm going to do what I call a challenge. I've given myself a challenge where on some of my accounts, I won't collect many Pokemon. Now, of course, if I get some fossils from the space below or whatever in the Laguna Lake area, which is after the second gym, by the way, so we won't reach it for a little while. And you want to battle everyone you can get. Anybody that you find, you want to try battling because you can get money. Now, Bunnelby, I really do not know the stats on Bunnelby too much. I'm gonna look it up, guys. I actually use a tablet as a Pokédex of my own for evolutions. And I call it an Evi deck. And there's a reason I look up each stat, because each Pokemon is unique. The more unique your Pokemon is, And I don't want to, and I don't think I want to get Bunnelby because Bunnelby requires stuff that increases happiness. Now you're noticing I'm not fighting a lot of the Pokemon. That's to shorten the video. That's to shorten the video a little bit because. And no. Let's go back to that little patch of grass. Well, I guess there's nothing in that patch. That's another level 2. And no, these are probably not the same Pokemon because different Pokemon will appear at the same spot. I do apologize for all the yawning, guys. I'm really just tired. I've been really busy. I've been stressed. College has been a work, guys. And I'm actually... A Wurmple, seriously? You know what? I'm actually going to go ahead and battle this one because Wurmples are really easy to beat. I really should look up Cyndaquil's evolution stats as well. Because some Pokemon evolve differently. This one evolves at level 14, so I'm a little over halfway there. And it's one of the, and if you know anything about your Pokemon history, it is one of the Johto region Pokemon from the original deal. And so, yeah, let's try. I'm trying to get some really good Pokemon. I guess a level 4 Pidgey would work. I really don't care. I just really kind of want a flying type. Because I actually would have preferred a Fletchling. Because Fletchlings, when you... Oh, you want to fight now, do you? Tackle. That's the only move I've got that's even fighting. Well, that's even a physical move. Because until Cyndaquil like learns Ember or something else, it really can't do much of anything. Oh yeah, I'm gonna teach you guys a trick. You see this hide show players over here underneath my name piece? You click it open, and it shows you how many Pokemon you've got in your Pokédex. You open your bag, you take a Pokeball, you toss it. You see how the number changed? I caught the Pokemon. I don't even have to worry about whether it's rocking 3 times or not. So, now I've got 2 Pokemon. And I think I will nickname those Pokemon after I get to the first city. Now that the Pokemon are healed, let's keep going. Ooh. Oh, nope. Already got a Pidgey. We are putting the other Pidgey out to do a little training. Ooh, critical hits are pretty bad, guys. I'm putting Cyndaquil back in. I do this stat where I let them fight a little, and then I take them back, because then they earn experience, which is what's in that blue bar below. And usually the more experience you have on a Pokemon, usually the higher their level. And I'll show you in a second how to find the stats on a Pokemon. Cyndaquil just went up to level 8. Pidgey did not go up any levels, but I'll show you. Okay, so you see this over here. You see how these two things were added to after we got into the building and got the stuff. This is to save. You always do this before you leave, because if you don't want to put on the autosave, I'd make sure to remind yourself to save every time before you go, because I had a younger brother that he plays Pokemon. He plays the same game. One of his first times around, a friend of ours helped him through the parkour in the second gym. And yes, there is parkour. It is really bad. I'm actually pretty good at it because I've been through it a few times. But otherwise, you wouldn't be going through it very good the first couple of times. Anyways, my youngest brother, he beat the gym, and then he forgot to save before closing. So he lost the entire progress, had to go all the way back through the gym, and beat it again in order to get the badge. And then he remembered to save. And that's a little moral, guys. Always use the save button every so often. That's why I stick on the autosave, because it helps. This is your trainer card. As you see, it tells you how many Poke in your Pokédex, how much money you have, and what your trainer ID is. Once you make it to where you can get the RTD, which is what I'm hoping we can get today at the end of everything. The RTD is something that'll allow you to teleport to 2 places. It'll allow you to teleport to, well, it'll allow you to teleport a 3-way connection. You can teleport from the main game or adventure mode to the Battle Coliseum, where you earn BP. BP will show up on that line. BP is battle points. Battle points get you gear at the battle shop. You don't get any of that gear until you earn a certain amount of BP, so you have to remember to save after every BP earned. And then the second place is the Pokemon trading resort. You go there to trade off or trade for Pokemon that you want. Most of the time you'll find only like higher level trainers there, or a few smaller ones depending on who they're trading with. The lower level Pokemon trainers are probably like either trading with an alternate account or trading with someone of a higher level, because they have an item or something that is more valuable than what they are using. Okay, so let's move on from the trainer card. Now, as you see, this is your bag. This is where you keep items, which will be items that you get from either Pokemon or from the bottom of Laguna Lake or other places like that. Or you pick up items from Pokeloot Pokeballs. The medicine section is where you'll keep potions and heals for different things. There are also things like Moo Moo Milk and rare candies and such will go here as well. As you can see, that's the Pokeball section. Any specialties, any regular, they all go there. The TMHM, you'll get technical machines and hidden machines throughout the deal. A hidden machine is one of the ones that's most often used to conceal a place is a move called Cut. And Cut is good for things like is good for chopping down small trees, and you can only use it outside of battle once you beat the first gym. And TMs, or technical machines, are often found in Pokeballs that are found in yellow Pokeloot Pokeballs scattered around the game. Berries, that's pretty obvious, and then key items, your brick. And you'll get a couple rods, you'll get some passes for certain things. That's where all of the specialty items go. And you'll get another space once you get to the Port Deca, and you go and you buy a ticket to go to the Lost Islands. You go there, you go up to a woman that's by a research tent. You click on her, you have a conversation with her. She'll give you a crystal bag. It'll be a Z crystal bag. It's from the new Alolan. It's from the new Sun and Moon Pokemon stuff. From the newer Sun and Moon Pokemon stuff. So, anyways, let us continue on our journey. Oh wait, I didn't show you one more thing. This is the Pokédex. This is where your Pokemon are found. As you can see, Pokemon that I've run into are ghosted. I don't have them, so it doesn't have information on them, so it only counts it as 2. And this is where you'll find out more stats about your Pokemon. This tells me its ability, whether it's holding an item, its nature, the ID for that Pokemon, and the original trainer. This is important for if you trade Pokemon off, because often if you trade it off to somebody else that you know, and you trade it off to them for a specific purpose, then you get to do then you get to get a boosted EXP if they take it. Looks like the attack and special attack are same level as is the special defense, and its speed is boosted. That's good. You'll notice like a difference in certain stats if they're colored. If they're plain white, they're usually regular stats. Though the speed one, I call it boosted because it's bigger than anything else. Moves, this is a tab that tells you what moves your Pokemon has. This is a good thing to know, because if you want it to learn a certain move, but you don't want to upset one you have already, then that'll tell you, okay, these are the moves I have, what do I want to get rid of? And I will be showing you moves that you do not want on Pokemon. And looks like this Pidgeotto's pretty even in stats. It speeds up a little. This Pidgey is up a little bit in speed. It has equal special attack, special defense, and regular defense, and then it has a higher attack. And I do take a look at this from time to time. I really don't quite understand it yet myself, but I find it entertaining. I need to go back to the guide on the bridge. Now you're probably wondering why I don't sprint. You see a lot of people sprinting in a lot of videos. I'm not sprinting because after you get a set of shoes, after you're on your way to Brimber City. So, and I'm going to switch the order of my Pokemon. You can do this by picking up a Pokemon and dragging it. It will not change. A space will not change if you don't have a Pokemon in it. They recommend that a Pokemon trainer, in the game, when they built this game, they built it with having only 6 Pokemon in your in your inventory at one time. This is because you would be too busy dividing your time between other Pokemon if you were given more than a 6. So they built this aspect apparently into the game, and to where you can only carry 6 Pokemon, but after you get 6, your 7th Pokemon is the 7th Pokemon and any thereafter, as long as you carry 6 on your team, well, it will be sent to a PC. The first PC is in a town called Chesma Town. And it doesn't give you a choice of whether you want it to learn moves or not until after it learns 4 moves, because it sucks like that. I wouldn't have let Pidgey learn Sand Attack, because Sand Attack is plain awful. And I'll show you why in a second. And I'll show you why I don't want certain moves on my Cyndaquil. And as you noticed, my Pidgey battling those 2 Pokemon grew up a couple levels. Now let me show you through this using my Cyndaquil. You can click on the moves and it'll show you its power, its accuracy, and what it's supposed to do. Smokescreen is a power 0, accuracy 100. It lowers the opponent's accuracy. If it touches like their stats, they're not really good, unless it's like a dual stats and a power. So Tackle is a power 40, accuracy 100. That is good. Now over here, I'll show you why I don't want Sand Attack. It only lowers the accuracy. It has no power, so every time you use it, nothing. This is a Pokeloot ball. These are the ones where you'll find things like potions and various items that you can get and give to Pokemon. In this case, you'll find that in the bag, in the medicine bag. Now, let's see how far down my Pidgey's health is. Oh, it's still pretty good. Besides, I'll get a chance to run by that guy again in a few minutes. No. And if my voice is staticky or something, please let me know. It's just usually a voice issue with my mic and such, so if it is, I will be happy to try to fix it for right now. And we better get on with the dialogue, but for right now, I can't really do much about it. I have a new headset on the way, and it is a wireless, so I don't have to worry about getting wires broken, which is why the mic is messing up so bad on this one. And if it is messing up for you, or if it is messing up at all. Yeah, and this is part where you want to pay attention, and pay attention to that professor there. You'll want to keep him in mind for a bit. And as you see, there's someone else starting their adventure. New people come into this game all the time. As you see, he tells you what to do. That guy is bad news, guys. I'm gonna give you one big warning. And I'm going over here to talk with this guy. He healed the Pokemon. And we are on our way. You know what? Let's see. You have to be careful when you're catching Pokemon, because every so many Pokemon, too many Pokemon can clutter up your boxes and such, which can be used for other Pokemon that are much higher in value. The reason I caught the Zigzagoon is because it's a good one to teach Cut to, as well as other moves that are useful. It is good for things like some hidden machines and such. And we are actually going to go ahead battle that, because Pidgey, if I remember correctly, evolves at level 16. But also, I just want to try to get the levels of my Pokemon to equal stature. You want to try to keep your team about as even as possible, and you want to try to max them out as quickly as possible. If you use the same team throughout the entire deal, you'll be able to level it up to all of that. Okay, so now we get to go through here. And the storyline will take over our character again after we get through here. And I'll show you where there's another Pokeloot, because it looks like it's kind of hidden. It's right there. You have to go through. Okay, you have to go through that space right there. You have to kind of slide through. And then you go through back there and find that. Now, I would go try to find it, but the storyline takes over here. This girl's a jerk, guys, just so you know. And as you notice, there'll be like traffic cones and such in certain places. You want to follow her out that door because she just stole your necklace. You will not be able to leave this city until you get that necklace back. These traffic cones and these traffic cones here, they pretty much proceed at certain points all the way down. Every time you hit a certain milestone, another set of those cones will appear. Okay, I need to check see how much money I've got, cause I've only got 2 Pokeballs left. I need to go buy 1 more Pokeball because one of my Pokeballs broke on a Pokemon, so just in case you guys forgot earlier. I'm not really doing this with the best of advice here. This actually is something you don't really want to do. You don't want to buy them on their own. You want to buy them as many as possible. You want to buy them up to 10 at a time. And this is the search for Pokemon. I didn't put anything in the search bar, so nothing came up. Now, I'm heading through the doors. And I'm also going to go over here. Because this place right here, you go in, and you can get a Starbucks coffee. Now that Starbucks coffee is an item. It can be equipped to a Pokemon. Let's see which Pokemon has the worst... Well, that's exactly what I wanted. Zigzagoon has... Oh, I didn't check the stats. It's okay for... That's pretty decent. And that's actually really good. So I'm going to give it to Zigzagoon. You want to give it to the one with the lowest stats. And you want to press give, and then I just gave it to Zigzagoon. But I'm going to go to here a second, heal up my Pokemon, and then I'm going to go to the PC and I'm going to show you something neat. For those of you that love the thought of nicknaming Pokemon, this game allows you to do so. So I'm going to start by nicknaming... Well, first I'm going to start by doing that, and then I'm going to go nickname. This is Sill. And as long as it's not like really bad, you're allowed to put it on, or as long as it's not like super misspelled. Pidge. actually gonna give it another one. Let's see. What should that be? Lil. And then I'm also gonna nickname the Zigzagoon, which is gonna be Zag. Now you always want to check to make sure that the names took. Oh, no. Because sometimes they won't take if they're too bad. Well, if the game thinks they're too bad. Because this is a 10 plus rated game. Now every Pokemon Center looks almost like this, except there'll be like different people throughout the lobby. That guy just happens to be in this lobby. Now, finally, we get to go down to. Oh wait, let's go back and grab that. Oh, I was silly. I should have went and got that Pokeball first. That would have saved me a little money, but it's fine. And like I said, that one had a Pokeball. There's actually one around the corner from the cones. You can't get past it. Well, you can't get past the cones to go get it. So you have to wait. You find various golden nuggets around the maps, but you cannot get them until after a certain point. Yeah, you can't get through spaces like that. So he's gonna stand there and stay guard, so that way that girl doesn't come through. Now, I found that a neat way to kind of save people in case you need money later is to go around their backs. Or to go so far out in front of them that they cannot spot you. Right now there's actually a Halloween event going on with Pikachu. It actually turns into a completely different Pokemon. And that's another bug type. You really don't want them until they're like evolved to a certain point, because then they're really good. These ones are not, however. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the vid. I'm sorry it's like really long. I might cut like this in half and do like in between like different sets of towns. But I thought I would start by going this away first and simply doing a different style, and just start by doing like a style. And some of these videos are probably gonna be hours long. Now, I forget what Metapod actually evolves into. It's been forever since I looked some of these things up. Okay, so it evolves into Butterfree. That's actually not really a very good Pokemon. I might try for it on a different account at a later time, but not right now. Now, Caterpie, I believe, evolves into something else. Well, actually, I know it evolves into something else. I'm just too tired right now to look it up. I'll probably do a video later with like uploaded. I'll probably do like a video later on how I search for evolution levels. Hoping to run into a Pikachu that acts strangely, because it says this. It'll say this Pikachu is acting strangely, and it says that's not Pikachu. I should know because I caught it once on my other. I already caught it once on my main account for this. I do have a main account, guys. This is like literally a brand new account. I made especially for this. And uh-oh, guys, I'm sorry. Let's get that screen back online. Yeah, I didn't realize I'd hit my deactivate key. I'm sorry if you guys missed any of that. I'll have to go through, figure out where that was, because that way I can, like, tell you guys sorry for missing certain part. Kakuna, this right here, trainer, is actually a really good one just to go ahead and just take out, like, low-level Pokemon, because these Pokemon can't fight back. They can harden themselves to make them tougher to attack, but they don't win very often, guys. Me personally, as a trainer, the way I go about training these Pokemon, these type of Pokemon, is I put them in battle for a round, and I take them back out. That way they share in whatever XP the previous, the Pokemon that beat it gets. And it doesn't matter how long, it just matters that it was out. And it's divided kind of evenly between, for the most part, or so. Or it's percentaged a little bit. Like, I've seen some pretty cool battles where some Pokemon have been different. Now, if something's wrong with the video, guys, please let me know. I will do my best to make sure these things don't happen. It's a little bit different with Roblox because because Roblox is a slightly different game from Minecraft, so I know different things for Roblox than I do for Minecraft. And I'll show you guys how to create a new account sometime. And by the way, guys, I've trademarked practically the Elena Dina stuff. Elena Dina 2 and whatever, that's pretty much all of mine. I'm going to be making another couple accounts to solidify that all of the Elena Dina 20s are mine. Because I love the name Elena Dina, but I also love like the number behind it. It makes it cool. And if you guys hear any funny noises like through the microphone that isn't my voice, I do have some kind of annoying dorm mates. And, well, dorm mate, and she brings over quite a few friends and they watch some pretty loud movies, guys, so I try not to record when they're doing that, but I had to get some videos out, or some videos started, because I'm going to my cousin's for the weekend, so I will not be around to do much. I might be able to sneak a recording in sometime while I'm there. I don't have a camera, so I can't vlog. I wish I could vlog for you guys, but I really can't. I could probably do a little live stream vlog, but that would be probably at a minimum. And I'm not even going to switch out the Pokemon because I want Zag to gain XP. And this is a good way to do so. And if you leave it out on its own, it gets more XP. Since this is a single battle, if it was a double battle, whatever Pokemon that had been out even before also gets the XP. These are not good Pokemon to battle with, guys. Just giving you a warning. This trainer right here, this was the one trainer that they were really silly and put in there with those Pokemon. Now it's still fun, but after battling this trainer about almost 8 times, I've seen this trainer's Pokemon so much I know how to beat it without doing much. Okay, guys, and we are at about 51-ish minutes in. Let's see, we're almost at 52 minutes into this recording. If it reaches an hour, I'm gonna go. Once it reaches about an hour, about hour 30, depending on how much further I would have to go, which I don't. Let's see, I know it's pretty good ways from Chesma to there, but I want to at least defeat the girl, get the necklace back, and get the nugget before I go any further, because before I decide to do anything else, because that stuff. And you want to go this way. That guy, there's a guy there, and then there's a guy actually back here. I'll show you him in a minute. Another bug type. Most bug types aren't really good until they hit their evolved forms, but there is one really good bug. It's called Joltik. It's an electric spider. Normally I don't say spiders are good, but that's a really good spider. And here's what you do when you get these. This right here is the first TM, or technical machine. You click on it and it'll tell you what Pokemon can learn those moves. And there I go. Don't even have to worry about it. Now it's gained a powerful move, because even though the grass knot has 0, it has an effect. The heavier the opponent, the stronger the attack. Since Zigzagoon is lower on attack, this gives it a boost. And as you can see, it added the Sawbuck's coffee, but since Sawbuck's coffee is so big, it pushes over the item piece. What's cool... Hey, I just noticed something. My other 2 Pokemon are at level 8. So we'll switch Zag up to the front. Though Cyndaquil's my main. And there's that girl that took the necklace. You see, she's a stupid Team Eclipse goon. Well, she's a member. When it comes to higher versus lower, Poochyena is slightly different. You don't really want to put a lower level Pokemon against a Poochyena. Poochyena usually wins. From my experience with trainer held Poochinas. And you will find a few trainers throughout the progression that have Poochinas or the variants of Poochina. Well, or the variant of Poochina. I do this little strat too. I put Zagan, or the lowest level, let that Pokemon come out, and then go and switch out to another Pokemon. You will pay for that, you Pancham. And now this would be a really good time to use a potion. However, being as who I am, I attempt to give it one last shot, and poor Cindy. Well, poor Sil. Now we're going back to Lil. And I'll probably end up renaming that Pokemon, because that's a little bit weird, in my opinion. Okay, now I'm stuck with using Zeg. Pancham is a fighting type. Is a partial fighting type, guys. Grass Knot, let's go. Yeah, and when you lose to these people, you give them money. If you have a certain amount of money in your deal, you give them money. You take it. You go back. You end up going back to the Pokemon Center. They'll heal up your Pokemon. Now, my Pokemon are not strong enough to take on those two Pokemon. Well, those Pokemon. So, what I have to do is I have to battle. I have to run around some more. I'm going to attempt to see if I can get a Mimikyu. Mimikyus are... Ooh. Yeah, this is a Mimikyu! And this is from the... This is a really cool Pokemon from the event. Okay, I'm gonna hit it with Grass Knot first. I'm gonna attempt to throw a Pokeball at it. I do have some Pokeballs, so... Nope, didn't catch it. And yes, I'm using my little trick. And this right here was actually taught to me by a really, really close friend. And he showed it to me when I first started playing Roblox. Now this close friend has also traded with me before and other stuff because I had something he wanted, or he had something I wanted, and if I found something he wanted, we kind of had an agreement that if I found something he wanted, he got what he wanted, and I got what I wanted out of his Pokemon in the box. Usually these were either starter Pokemon for a set or copies of certain Pokemon that he had, depending on the rarity of the item or Pokemon. And I didn't catch him with that, darn it. Tackle won't work, ground won't work, tail whip. I guess I'll have to go with one more Grass Knot. now that its health is in the red, I hope I can catch it. And I caught it! Yes! Mimikyu is gonna be part of my team! Mimikyu is a ghost and I think it's partial ghost type. I'm gonna nickname it Mimi. And this is how you can do this. So now that it knows 4, you can use that to determine sand attack. No. Now I've got that Pokemon, I'm heading back to the Poke Center. Because you want to always go back and you want to catch when you catch Pokemon, if they go into your team, you want to go to the nearest Pokemon Center and go up to this lady. This is how you get the Pokemon healed when you don't run out of Pokemon. You click her, you go through a dialogue, it'll give you yes or no, you press yes, you give her your she'll take your Pokemon, heal them up in that machine, and then give them back to you. And now, as we can see here, Mimikyu! It's a ghost and fairy. You don't find many fairy types near... Well, you don't find many ghost type Pokemon in this early on. You also don't... Actually, you really don't find ghost Pokemon except for in one place, except for this one exception. Because this is an event, they have a Pokemon here. They have a ghost Pokemon here. You also don't find many fairy types this early on in the deal either. But since I knew there was the Halloween event, I knew that the Pokemon would be there. And there is another place. Well, there's another place where you can find another well, there's actually places where you can find the portal to find another Pokemon. Yes, it's in a different realm, and it is really difficult to catch. Grass knot. Let's give it a tackle. This is a pretty even match so far, except for the fact that the Poochyena hasn't attacked. I'm gonna withdraw Zag. Let's have some fun. Go ahead, Mimikyu. Ghost types usually can't be touched real well. Let's go Scratch. Astonish. Bye-bye! And if I act a little childish in my recordings, I do get a little bit childish for some games, because I love these games. And you know what? No. Because most of Pancham's stuffs don't really work too well on ghost types. This is the only time I can have fun with this. Because Because Pancham can't touch a ghost. The ghost can touch Pancham, but Pancham can't touch the ghost. And this is fun. It hasn't been able to attack me the entire time. Not that it could, actually. Oh, so you've basically just leered. So what? You can't hit it! Yeah, I might sound a little bit crazy. It is... Though it is rather early in the night... I've had a long, exhausting day, and I've got another recording I've probably got to get done too. Okay, so it's an hour 5 minutes in, so I'm gonna let you see this. I'm gonna go kind of slow because this is something that you will always see, but it's really important to pay attention to. The 8th gym has not come out yet, guys. Just so you know. It is still under, I think it is still under development since they just upped the apartments. They finally put the apartments in. But you cannot get them until you go towards the 4th city. You know, I'm putting Mimi at the front because Mimikyu is the lowest in stats at this point. Astonish. Now, I get to go do this. And if the lights change, it's because this world has have a day and night system, so that way you can catch certain Pokemon at certain times of the day. It just, I think, became daytime. It's not yet. Either that or the sun is starting to set. No, it looks like the sun is starting to come up because that was nighttime. Here we go. Here's the nugget. Let me show you what the nugget is. It's a nugget of pure gold. And I believe these sell for about 5,000 a piece. I'm going to use it to show you guys to show you guys a trick. And 2, to get some other items that I'd like to get from the guy over here. Now, you can sell items that you don't want at any place like this. And see, I have an instant 5,000. Buy. Now, I can only get potions, antidotes, and paralyze heals. You'll want to get... And here's the trick with the Pokeballs. Watch this. You get 11th ball as an added bonus. Now, I'm actually going to go ahead and invest in some potions. I know I still have one in my bag, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to spend 1,500 bucks in potions. And I know I've got one of these as well, so I'm going to spend 750 on those, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab about 6 of those. If I'm off on the measurements a little bit on something, I can always adjust that later. And I'll just pour the rest into potions of various types. I'll throw in another antidote. And there. You want to buy everything you can at one time without going overboard. So all of that will be stored in the all of that except for the Pokeballs will be stored in the medicine. See, I was off, but that's okay. And these are Premier Balls. They're supposed to be the cruddiest ones in the game, yet I've caught some of the best Pokemon with them. This right here, if you watched any of like if you've watched if you've watched some Minecraft YouTubers and such, they say like certain items in different games that they play besides that is broken. Like, I'll give you a reference to this, and shout out to Jerome ASF and the Nice Posture Squad, because this right here reference is from some of their videos, some of their Risk Factions videos. And Ben, apparently in 2016, said that the defense die was broken. And apparently the defense die, when it gets into Jerome ASF's hands, there's no stopping the Baka. So, yeah, again, shout out to Jerome ASF, and I hope that all goes well for any of his future videos in the next little bit. I'm getting back to my video, however, and we are going to now, let's see, I'm going to check the timestamp. We are at 1 hour and 12 minutes, so I am going to go as far, I think, as I might be able to make it to Brimmer today, guys. Brimber City is not that far away, and if you see things like that, you can't access a lot of those until you get to like certain points. So yeah, it's actually kind of sad you can't access certain things, and I think you can't use like rock climb until you get to the 6th city, I think? Well, the 6th gym city? Okay, no. Oh, I remember. I know how far we can get to Sylviet City today, guys. We can get it to Sylviet City, not Brimber. Brimber's a bit further away. I forgot. So, yeah, we're heading to Sylviet City, and this is a good area to get electric type Pokemon. I'm a really good electric, and I'm really good with electric types and really good with fire types. And I also know some of the electric types' bigger weaknesses. Because I do a lot of training with electrics and fires. In fact, my first Pokemon wow, it actually affected Mimikyu. And I'm gonna have to pull Mimikyu. Let's go Ziggy. Let's go Zeg. And there will probably be some things I do off camera, guys. I just am that sort of person that where if there's like certain things, like if there's like doing something major like a city or like a gym or something, but like if it's like something small like getting a rod or something, those I might do off camera, but I might show you later where I got them. And you can make it to that city over there without fighting a single Pokemon trainer, but I'm gonna go over here and fetch this. And you do not get. Here's my fun. I'm gonna give you one big warning. Unless it's like Joltic or an electric type bug. Well, an electric or certain other type bug. If it's a specific typing, you go ahead and get it, but Shinx, it's actually a pretty decent Pokemon. We're dealing with this paralysis. Hopefully the Shinx doesn't get the idea to paralyze it again. Okay, so Astonish. I have yet to evolve a Shinx to its final form. I hope to sometime. Maybe I can. Hey guys, what do you think? Should I try for this right here series to evolve Shinx to its final form? You know, just for the banter, I'm going to use the Premier Ball. Let's see. Did I get it? Yeah, I got it. Like I told you, for the bants, I'm gonna use the Premier Ball. Because everyone says it's the worst ball in the game. And if you don't like some of my, if you parents don't like certain puns I make and such, please put it in the description below what you did not like, and I will certainly alter my speech for while I am on video, because I do have some words I do like to use, and you're probably wondering why I'm not heading for the Pokeloot. It's guarded by that guy. That guy has a really annoying Dunsparce. I'll probably go get it at a later point, but not right now. That is a specialty ball in that. There's a specialty Pokeball in that Pokeloot ball. Now, if you were if my character here was a member of the official Pokemon Bronze Brick group, all I'd have to do is go in here, and there would be a man in there in an old man in a red shirt there, and he would give me an Eevee. I farmed for a few hours. I think I farmed for about an hour at one point to get a female Eevee. Eevees, guys, until a certain point ago, when people started breeding them a whole bunch, were very rare. They're still pretty valuable because because of the evolutions. Now you're probably wondering why I'm in the box instead of going somewhere else. Well, oh, there it is. There's a Pokemon. There's a Pokemon in that background. That's a little secret, guys. This Pokemon here can only be found in this box. Oh wait, I hit the bag. I meant to hit that. And this Pokemon can only be found here within this. And it's a little secret. Some of us know how to find this because some people showed us. My friend showed me this trick. He showed me the Pokeball trick, and he showed me the trick to find this Pokemon. And keep this Pokemon in a good. And I caught it. Perfect. This one's actually not too terrible for like a starter team, but after a bit it really can't keep up very well. So then it's not really very good, so I caught it mainly because it's a pretty rare Pokemon and you usually only get one chance at it. It only has one move that so this Pokemon's actually not very good, so I'm actually just gonna go ahead and put it in the box. This is where you put Pokemon you aren't gonna use. Now, let's see, what are the levels of my Pokemon? I need to go out and do a touch of training with Shinx and Mimikyu before I go anywhere. In fact, it might be good to bring all of my Pokemon up to level 10 before entering the gym. And I think I will go ahead and do that off camera, guys, because that's going to be a bit. It is at the video is at the 120 mark. So, without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit the like button, give me a comment, or subscribe if you guys enjoy my content, or if you guys think I could do better in certain areas, which I definitely know I can. I just need your guys' opinions to tell me what I didn't do. Oh, and I didn't know this was even back here. Oh, the Dusk Ball. Those are good. Those are good for catching Pokemon at night. But anyways, guys, without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And again, like I said, like, subscribe, comment, and I hope you guys all enjoyed. And I hope you guys all have a wonderful, beautiful, safe, and amazing night. And I hope you all have a really nice day tomorrow. And so, without further ado, again, good